We passed it. All right, I'd like to call to order the April 29th, 2019 Board of Adjustments meeting. Start out with a roll call of members. Mr. Willie Robinson.
Present.
Mr. Stephen Jofrion.
Present.
Mr. Corey Ogeron.
Present.
And Mr. Eddie Crass.
Present.
Darla Harris and Devin Graham are absent tonight. At this time, I'd like to open it up for a public comment period. Anybody sign up? All right, closing public comment period. And then we do not have acceptance of minutes or acceptance of written decisions, being this was a emergency, or not emergency, I'm sorry. What's special meeting? There we go. Sorry. So this time I'd like to open our public hearing is zoning review ID PZ 1982.19. This is for Lot 12 of Fairbanks at Sanamaw for Roy Domingue. This is located on the west side of Toria Lane, approximately 1,250 feet north of Beco Road, to request a variance of the Ascension Parish Developmental Code 17-2073 for site requirements, purpose and intent, setback yard requirements for residential. This is located on the southeastern land district east of the Mississippi River, Ascension Parish, Louisiana. Do we have anybody here to speak on the matter?
I'm Roy Domingue.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
What name, what you here for, sir?
Roy Domingue. My company is Wooden Creations. We've been based in Gonzales here for 37 years. We're a residential contractor, and our mission is to come here tonight. Number one, I want to thank you because I realize this is a special meeting, and the reason that we're here is to honor the special lady that we're building for her. Her husband couldn't make it. He had to got called out on overtime at one of the plants, okay? But I was hired by this couple to design and build their new home. One of the first protocols that I did was to hire a surveyor to go out, stake out my corners, and establish my flood elevation. From there, we took those parameters and we took a house plan that they had to work with, and we began getting it squeezed and fit to make it work on the lot, okay? In addition, I was provided with a plat that was done back in 2007, okay, when the development was first done. And throughout the development, there's a couple of spots where either drainage or a utility requirement spells out that they wanted a greater distance between the homes, the servitude, if you will, on a couple of the lots. But nothing in my information based on this plat that I was given said specifically I had a 10-foot setback on the side, okay? So I ran unaware of that. I designed the house. I am aware that, typically in our parish, we require a minimum of 5 on the foundation. We go to 6 to allow for the overhangs, okay? Thus, my request is for a 4-foot variance, okay? What I'm requesting was noted on the plot plan that was submitted to the parish, went through plan review. The people at the parish reviewed this, looked at it, everything was approved, and with such, I was granted my building permit. And so I began work. In the process of doing the work, when you're in a flood zone, it's necessary to get the form elevation shot by your surveyor. It's submitted to the parish, and they say, yes, you can now proceed to get your foundation inspection so that we can pour. My surveyor was going to be real efficient. He was going to take a survey of the forms while there. And that's when this problem surfaced. Because the surveyor said, hey, wait a minute. This is rural zoning. And in 2007, and Lance, you can correct me because I'm just not aware. In 2007, I don't remember that we had the zoning ordinance with those specifics spelled out right there. And so that's where, if I have to take a blame, that's where I have to eat it, okay? But that's where I was, okay? And so I thought I was clear and green. I had a building permit, and I got to work. And then when that surfaced, it was like, whoa, guys, hold on. Thus, Ms. Malbrew is having to live with her father-in-law longer than she's anticipating, which isn't fun for her and her family since she's living in Convent, working in Baton Rouge, and we were just talking about traffic. So the other couple that's here tonight are the couple that are next door on the right of this lot, which is also a vacant lot. And the concern that we shared was anything with about fire, because having been in the Baton Rouge area, knowing other areas, if the homes are real tight, we've got issues with that. And so, we've shown them where we are. They're going to have their driveway on the left of their lot, which would be to the right of us. So we have, we'll have 35 feet for sure between the homes, okay? On to the left of our lot, because we have 28 foot to the property line, then that neighbor's house, again, we're pushing right about 38 feet for him. Okay, so we're in good shape there. So I'm not sure what has happened over time, but as, it was about 6 years ago, I had built a home in Fairbanks for a family, and it was on an irregular lot. And I guess because of my front corner offset, I made it. It never came back up to me then. And when I went into this project, I was like, the 10-foot just didn't ring a bell to me, okay? And so I was like, okay, but we kind of went back and looked at the neighbors, and we said, whoa, there's several other homes in there that, they've kind of been squeezed, and it looks like they've kind of worked to get through this process, and that is, let's give us a little bit of grace in that setback without encroaching too close to a neighbor, so that we can all be friendly and family together. So that is our appeal. I'm not sure if Chelsea would like to say anything or the neighbors would like to say anything.
Well, if they would like to say anything, we will open it up for public comment period after you're done speaking. And if anybody, other board members have any questions for you and stuff, so.
Okay, I'll take any questions. You kind of answered my questions. Neighbor comments was one of them, so. But also, you mentioned fire concerns, which I think is a very valid point, and you said 38 feet and 35 feet? Yes, sir.
On both sides? Okay. And it's well aware that, obviously that we had rules that were set in place, and there was an assumption that the 10 feet was there when it was supposed to be, or no, it was
The
5
assumption
feet, 5 feet, but it was 10 feet, so that's unfortunate. And then the other houses not meeting the same code, which is again unfortunate, but we're here just to look at the matter at hand, but it is good to know,
Yes.
so. But you did, again, you answered my question from the fire concerns. That was definitely one thing that I was thinking about. So anybody else have any questions, comments?
Nothing.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And again, gentlemen, I know this was special, and on behalf of the Mulgrew family, thank you very
Yes, sir.
kindly.
Sir,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
All right, I'd like to open it up for public comment period. Did you sign up? Just whenever you get finished, make sure you sign paper
Okay.
with Jamaica.
I'll fill it out for
But
you.
just your name and. what's your-
My name's Blake Barwa. My fiance Sabrina Ordon and I own the lot directly next door, lot number 13. The only concern we have is, I understand what he said about the fire code. We are looking to build a garage, which will be on that 10-foot setback line. We're gonna be right up against it. I just wanna make sure that y'all aren't gonna, when we go to build our property, make us now move 15 foot over, since we already have those plans pulled up. Wanna make sure it'll still be all right.
No.
And when we go, would we be granted the same variance that they'd be granted?
It's a valid question. It would have to be another meeting.
It would have to be another meeting.
I don't think, that wouldn't be if they do put a building or a garage that it's gonna push their line back 15.
No, it will not unless there's a servitude on that side, which I don't think there
Okay.
is.
No, there's no certainty.
But no.
So I would, obviously well aware of the situation that they're in, so I would just make sure you do your homework and, but no, they're not gonna push your garage back. But as in regards to a variance in the lines that you would be, yes, you would probably have to come back, or you would have to come back in and, do exactly what they're doing right now.
Okay.
So-
Well, I guess I need to fill out a card. Sabrina, do you have anything?
I've got one question.
Sure.
Are you definitely going to build your driveway on the portion of your property that's adjacent to the house that's currently being built?
Originally, no, sir, but given the circumstances, we've changed stuff up to accommodate those plans and make it easy on everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's real neighborly of you guys to change your plans to help out a neighbor like that.
That's right.
I passed by there the other day, and it's kind of like everybody's got the garage on the same side, and I think, yeah, y'all would kind of fall by putting it on the left would be better.
Oh, the cool
More
part about
conducive.
our area is our neighbors on the right-hand side, if you're looking at the property, their driveway's on the other side, and then and their building on the other side, so
Yeah,
we
that's
could have
true.
gone either way we
That's
wanted.
true, yeah.
They put a bulkhead up just recently. That did kind of factor in because since I will be putting in a garage from a boat,
Yeah.
that gives it a little bit better foundation. You don't have to worry about any kind of erosion because the other side does not have a bulkhead on their property.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
culmination of things that turns out better for us. I just want to make sure that, we'll still have that 10-foot setback line. It won't change our plans. And if possible, I guess we'll have to speak on the variance and we can review that at a later date.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Was
green
there
and
anybody-
red? You don't have like a white one where I just wanted to talk?
Was there anybody else, Jamaica?
No, that's
All right, closing public comment period. Have any discussion, motions?
I'll make a motion to accept as written since the neighbors are at peace with it.
All right, I have a motion for acceptance by Mr. Willie Robinson,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Stephen Joffrion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank y'all. All right, do we have any old business? Any new business? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Corey Ogeron.
Second.
Second by Mr. Eddie Krass. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.